Hi there, it's Betsy-Morgan, the psychic teacher. It's great to be with you. I believe I've got a really interesting topic for us to talk about today. I would like to talk about ETs or star beings. Are they real? Are you one? Let's get into this subject. I have so much I want to say, and I'm going to attempt to make this somewhat brief, but I think I'm going to be talking to you for at least 20 minutes. I want to let you know an experience I had with ETs. And it was a real fun experience, and I know you either had one or could have one. Ask for it if you want, but ask for nice, loving ETs that might want to help you become all that you can be in this incarnation. Always qualify who you are asking for, whether it's a spirit guide or an ET friend. Qualify that. One experience that I've had more than one, was when Orion started coming to me years ago, 35, 40 years ago. And I was open yet skeptical. I'm a Midwestern girl. I'm from the Bible Belt. I'm from Missouri. You had to show me. And to know that a star being was talking to me, that was hard for me to accept at first. And so I asked Orion, show me, let me see you. And Orion finally said, all right, I will. I want you to go to this certain place. I knew where it was. It's towards the mountains. I live close to the mountains. And it was a park. And kind of like a bit of a reservation, very guarded and beautiful. And he says, go there at midnight and I will make myself known to you, and go on this certain day. Well, I invited 3 friends to go with me, 2 guys and a gal, and we were all very interested. And one couple drove their car, we drove our car. We parked at the bottom of the mountain, and we weren't going to go up that high, but we did hike up maybe a half a mile, something like that. And we sat down and we did some prayer work, and we quietly sat and waited, and nothing happened. And we thought, oh no, And so after an hour, or maybe 2, around 2 a.m. in the morning, we decided we'd go ahead and go back to our cars. And we walked down the mountain, and they got in their car. We got into ours. We were driving my car, which I'd had for 2 years, and I'd never had the alarm turned on. As we got into the car, opened the door, the alarm went off in the middle of the night, 2 a.m. If that didn't scare us, and then I heard the laughing of Orion's voice saying, see, here I am, ha ha ha. And I got a really good confirmation that Orion is for real. But I didn't get to see him physically, and so I wasn't satisfied. I was happy, and I was startled for sure, and I thought it was funny, but I wanted to see him. So, number 2 time, I asked him if he would let me see him. He says, go back to what I call Orion's village in the mountains, and this time go in the afternoon, climb up that mountain, and he says, turn here, go here, go here. It gave me a direct map of what I should do and where I should go and walk and where I should stop and sit, and then he would appear. So I followed his directions explicitly, and as I got to the rock where he wanted me to stop and sit down, I leaned over to put my hand down to lower myself onto this big boulder, and as I did that, there was a lizard, and I went, ah! And then again, I heard the laugh, and he said, see, I don't think you're ready to see me and what I really look like. If you get that afraid of a lizard, a little lizard that you are used to being in the Southwest, how much more afraid might you be of me? So I had to laugh and let it go for a while. I haven't totally let it go. Don't think I ever will. When I see him now, I see him in my mind. I feel him with my heart. And what I see not only with my mind, with my imagination, and with a sense of knowingness. With a knowingness, it's a beautiful, big golden light with a heart in it, a loving heart, unconditionally loving. And I know that's Orion. That's what I'm seeing. Now, those of you who know me, or maybe you've taken a class with me, do know that Orion is our channeling teacher. He came to me years ago, and he comes to you when and if you ask for him to. One of the biggest qualifications is, he says, to be willing to ask for him, to be willing to be a fool, because lots of people will laugh at you and tease you. Not everybody believes in channeling, in psychic work, or in ETs and star beings. So you have to be willing to be yourself. Be willing to be yourself. And let it be okay if other people have a different opinion or a different belief system. So the next time that Orion came to me was, well, there are so many times I'm looking for which one I want to share with you. I think I'll just share with you that every time I ask for him to come to me to channel, in all this time, he's always come, always shown up. And I will hear his voice and let it speak through me. Now, if you want to channel, you can call on Orion too, because he is our channeling guide and channeling teacher. Different guides do different things, different activities, different strokes for different folks. So if you want to channel, ask for a channeling guide. And if you want to see ETs, I would suggest that you and I ask for friendly ETs that wouldn't be too scary, perhaps, for us. I hear them laughing right now because they're not going to look like us, and we might be startled, if not even afraid. So a question that was offered to me a few days ago by one of my wonderful students was, when are we going to see the ETs? Now they're giving me lots of answers at the same time. Different ETs, different groups are coming in. And one group is saying, we have shown you what we look like, but you're not remembering it. You're either in your sleep or in an altered state of consciousness, or it's just too much for the human mind to accept. But we are bringing this to a higher vibratory level where your soul self can see it and begin to identify. You see, the thing is that you probably are an ET or a star being. You probably have come from the stars. So if you were to see your true self, that might really startle you. We have decided from our soul consciousness to come to planet Earth and to experience life here. I'm sure it's quite different from the stars that we have experienced. You and I have probably been on, I know I have, I'm thinking you have too, been on lots of different stars, different star systems, different levels of vibration and different levels of consciousness. So we have gathered so much wisdom and so much information. When we come into this body that we're having in this incarnation, we have already chosen at our soul table what qualities from our soul we want to bring into this incarnation. You probably have chosen whether or not you're going to see a star being, whether or not you want to hear our channel. You have laid the groundwork for this lifetime. Now, if you decide now you want to see a star being, it is possible that you have outgrown this table, conference table, where you met before you incarnated, or you finally gotten to the stage where you can ask these questions. What I would suggest, what I'd like for you to do, is accept that about yourself and love it. Don't worry that it's too far out. Really, in this universe, there's nothing that's too far out. Go ahead and accept it. If it's not your reality, it's probably somebody else's. So if you want to see a star being, ask for a friendly star being who loves you and wants to see you happy and safe and healthy, and to live your best life and to live your soul's dream. Since there are so many star beings, qualify who you want to come to you. Then what you can do is find a comfy place, usually outside, probably in the mountains, in a forest, by a lake, and ask for a star being to appear to you. Second option is inside your home or someplace that's comfy. Let a star being know that you would like to see them and ask for directions. Next thing is you get to trust yourself that you heard them, that you heard these directions. The interesting thing is the directions, the information, the answer, the response from the star beings will come so easily to you that it's likely your ego mind will say, oh no, that was too easy. That couldn't be real. We doubt these things. So you have to be willing, and you have to be willing to trust the information when it comes to you. So today, if you want to see a star being, start by asking for one that is loving, that would be easy to connect with and not too scary to look at. And then choose to sit in your home or someplace comfy, or go outside someplace comfy. Close your eyes and relax and go to your heart and say hello to them. Start a conversation. Trust what you hear. You may or may not see one physically. Now, on another avenue of the same topic, will they ever just show up here on planet Earth? Definitely. They have already. I think you know that. We all know about the one in Roswell, New Mexico, and there's also been one right outside Cape Girardeau, Missouri, and I'm sure other places. We hear about Arizona quite a bit, and California and Texas. I know there's other places. I'm not familiar with them, but they are all over, and they do have different spacecraft, and they do have different forms, and they do have different means of communication. They do have different characteristics and qualities, and it's quite possible that you in this incarnation will get to see them, because I'm asking them right now, when are you going to appear to us? And they're saying in the next 30 to 40 years is going to be pretty familiar to everyone who is aware of the news. Not that you have to watch the news, but just be aware of what's up and coming. You will have heard of encounters with star beings. And they're telling me right now that you will have heard of different human beings being taken off the planet. I'm not crazy about that, actually, but I was taken off the planet once. It was a fine, safe trip. So my kids are now in their 40s, but it was when they were in, about 8 or 9 years old. One night, star beings came for us, and they told my kids, and I remember all this vividly. We got on a circle of a spacecraft. We went to the center. We could see out of the center, outside the spacecraft, into the stars. And they had to put some kind of a device, like a metal medallion, around my neck, like a necklace. My kids didn't need it. It makes sense to me, because they were young and they had not been culturized to believe in one thing or the other. They were open. And my daughter didn't care about going so much, but she didn't want to be left behind. My son was real eager and excited. We still had our own personalities. I wanted to go because my son was going. You would think I had been more interested than that. But being a mom, I thought, it's got to keep up with the boy. So we all climbed on board, and there were lots of other people. They were stopping around the neighborhood and around the city and picking up different passengers. And they said they had to get people that were at a certain vibration or higher. And then they said, okay, now you who have medals, keep them on. Here we go. And whoof, off we went. And I don't remember anything else. That was it until we came back in. And there I was, medal on my neck. My kids were fine. I was still looking out the window that was in the center of this sphere ship. And they took everybody back home, and they dropped us off. We went back to our beds. Slept well for the rest of the night. But do I remember anything about that journey? Nope, not a thing. You see, most of the star beings are more advanced than we are in our consciousness. I don't know about all the star beings. Right now they're saying no. what I get to do is channel or hear the information that's being told to me. I hear it inside this ear mainly, in the middle of, like about 3 inches inside that ear. I'll hear them talking to me. And they're saying that there are some, but not that many. At the most, 1/3 of all star beings are less advanced than we are. The majority of star beings, of course, that visit planet Earth are so much more advanced than we are. And they are here for love. They're not interested in conquering us because we have nothing to give to them of any value, but it's a study for them. Some of them are here to investigate how their star seeds are doing. Ooh, I'm getting dizzy right now. So I'm asking why, and they're saying because my family came in just now, and that a star seed is a person, a human being that's come from a star system. And when my family came in, they're very high vibration. I got dizzy, and if you're feeling a bit dizzy, it's very possible your star family came in to visit you right now. Why? We're inviting them. We are willing. We're excited and happy about it. And we are one. So it's not that foreign to us. You're a star being. It's wonderful. And in your soul, you have more awareness than you have in your personality. You chose bits of your soul to bring in to this particular personality. So you can engage with your star family and you can talk to them. Remember, listen, trust, and act on the information that is downloaded and given to you. Now, the star beings, another piece of the same subject, they're saying that they're going to be landing in some cities, sounds like a movie, and make their appearance, but they won't stay long. But we will get, and they're saying in larger cities, such as Phoenix, and they'll make themselves known or seen, and they'll take off again. It looks like they're going to ask a couple of people, 2 or 3, if they want to go with them. And I'm asking, will you bring them back? And they're saying if they want to come back. We're not here to capture or kidnap. We're here to enlighten and help. So I'm asking, so when do you think you will land? And they're saying that they have landed in certain places already on planet Earth. They are on the Earth. They're telling me this right now. They are on the Earth. And they are, you might say, kind of hiding out. Like, what do you call those great big animals that people are always looking for and never can find? And they leave their great big old footprints, but they're hidden. That's how the star beings are. They're hiding away. They do not want to scare us. They just want to be here and experience it. And I'm asking, is that all you want? And they're saying they send vibration out when it's necessary. And I'm saying, well, we've had some terrible tornadoes and we're having some terrible political problems. What about that? And they're saying they have been instructed to assist in certain areas and not get into other areas, that the Earth is pretty much on its own to learn and to grow, and through trial and error, making mistakes, we are to develop more of a consciousness of love. There will be, they're telling me, many humans that will, terrible, and we're experiencing it, will die. They're saying much of the population will die off, some through illnesses, some through catastrophes. And when we have learned enough of our lessons, then they can more safely make an appearance without scaring human beings and without endangering themselves. So I asked right away, you're going to endanger yourselves? And they're saying, well, you could use bombs, grenades, guns. It says some of us can get hurt. And that surprises me. And they're saying there are other us, different star beings, different stars, can use their hands to block energetically any harm, and others do not. Star beings have different reasons for being, just as we do. So they are going to make their appearance more publicly. Within 30 to 40 years, I'm saying we have to wait that long. They're saying, no, there are many of us that are here in different spots along the planet Earth. Some human beings will be directed to us. Human beings especially that like nature and that don't mind hiking or visiting forests and mountains, or even going into the Amazon. I'm looking at different places where they are. Some of them, they're saying, are so high vibrational you can't see them, and they even go into the pyramids and collect data, and they're saying some of us revisit. Oh, they're saying, yes, we were around when the pyramids of Egypt were built, and very often certain breeds or certain star being families would help and would assist. They're saying this is definitely not the first time on planet Earth. They're saying that we are more skeptical than they once were. We are trained now, culturized to use our brains and our logic, much to our good, but also much to our detriment, because it keeps us so armed not to be hurt, rather than to accept and to work together. So what's going on, apparently, is what they're telling me right now, is that we are learning love. We are learning to give and forgive and to trust and to be better people. And yeah, it does seem like it is the hard way, doesn't it? But as we grow in our awareness and in our kindness and in our hearts and in our love, we will be safer to be around, and we will feel safer to be around them. So definitely, if you want to be with a star being, talk to them, call on them, listen to them, and ask for friendly, loving, helpful beings of light. Ask for your own star family. You might want to start with channeling. That was a real nice way to segue right into that. I do teach channeling, and if you're interested, look at Ask Betsy-Morgan at Yahoo. You can talk to me. I'll email you personally. Or you can look at my website, thepsychicteacher.com, and see about my classes so you can learn to channel. Once you channel, you can talk to your star being friends. You can talk to your spiritual mentors. You can talk to Jesus, Archangel Michael, Mother Mary. You could even talk to your grandparents. You can learn to talk to beings of light and love who love you, who want to help you be happier or healthier. Always qualify when you are talking to a being of light. Ask for one that loves you. So the star beings are here. We will get to see many more. I'm saying, do we need to wait 30 years? Or saying, no, they're coming and going all the time. But to really have a congregation where we come together, that's 30 or 40 years. So I hope you enjoyed this. I certainly did. I hope, if you want to, that you get to meet a happy, loving star being that will help you to be a happy, loving human, even more than you are now. Nice being with you. God bless you, and I hope to see you again. Bye-bye.